Coming up on NewsWatch 12 this morning, Representative Cliff Benn sat down with us to talk about some key points from SNAP Medicaid and education.
Plus, with the official start of fire season just 5 days away, we're taking a look at how you can minimize fire risks and how you can prevent them.
On today's checklist, you'll definitely need those sunglasses and sunscreen, but you can leave that jacket home because we're cranking up that heat. We'll be into the 90s today, into the Rogue Valley. I'll have more details for you coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 o'clock on May 27th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta.
And I'm Brinkley Hill, and we're going to check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. And I know for some people it might be a little too early to think about this, but for Sarah and I, it's never too early. Sarah, what's the ice cream forecast looking like?
I'd say it's looking great for today. You're going to want to eat your ice cream fast. It's if you want to eat it later today. I know some of us aren't big fans of ice cream for breakfast like Brinkley and I, but high temperatures today, sunny, hot, 93 into the Rogue Valley. And even this morning, we're starting off on the cooler side. It'll be feeling the best for us today. 50 to Medford, 41 to Klamath Falls, 42 over to Montague, and 40s along the coast. We're cranking up that heat today. We'll be into the 90s by the time you're heading home from work. 4 to 5 p.m., 6 p.m., that will be the warmest time of day for us, where we'll be into the 90s. And it's the first day of 2025 that we'll be feeling that warm this time of year. Now, around the rest of the region, we'll be into the 80s over east side into Northern California. But I can see in Northern California, some of you guys will be reaching that 90-degree mark. Over along the coast, warmer today as well. We'll be into the 70s for us. And it's the next couple of days, still warm for us on our Wednesday, maybe a few degrees cooler. A bit cooler as you're into your Thursday, but still feeling pretty warm. As we're into tomorrow, we're also tracking the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms onto your Wednesday, and then right back up to the end of the week. Those temperatures crank right up. So we'll have more details on what you can expect in the days to come coming up in our next forecast.
The real challenge is figuring out how to make sure we don't have more wolves than the wildlife population will bear, because that's what they're supposed to be keeping in check. Certainly not designed to come out and eat cattle. What I'm doing is bringing a bill to force the delisting of wolves in the half of Oregon where they're still listed, and the same in Washington State. And it's odd because Oregon and Washington State have been divided into one half where they're not protected and another half where they are, and it makes it extremely difficult, particularly if you have a ranch that is cut in half by that artificial barrier. But anyway, I'm bringing that bill, and my hope is that we will get it passed and that there will be no listing of the wolves in Oregon or Washington State.
And if that bill doesn't get passed, is this something that's going to continue to be on your plate, that you're going to continue to work towards to find some solutions for? Absolutely, and I'm happy to say that the Trump administration has already indicated a willingness to help us address this issue, because that administration understands the challenges that go with ranching, and the administration wants to help and has been helpful. The entire 35-minute conversation that I had with Representative Benn is available on our website. There's more on forestry, funding cuts, education tariffs, and that big, beautiful reconciliation bill.
On the fire watch, the start of fire season is just 5 days away for both Jackson and Josephine counties. And with wind gusts and high temperatures expected for this week, officials are urging you to take caution. Right now, you're looking at a fire in Grants Pass. That's just one of many small fires that has taken place in the last few days. An increase in small fires like this can signify more to come.
Really is totally dependent on the conditions that we're seeing. And so when we have this warm weather come in, that is really what should be signaling to us that there's a potential for fire risk, not the start of fire season.
With June 1st coming up and fire season regulations going into effect, a lot of people are trying to burn debris and weeds this week. But ODF really recommending that you have that water hose hooked up and close to you when burning, and that you should never step away from fires. And then once you're done burning, make sure to fully soak that area.
June 1st also marks the deadline for Ashland residents to cut grass and weeds to less than 4 inches tall before the city can issue fines. All lots within city limits are required to comply with the weed abatement ordinance to reduce fires across the community. Failure to do so can result in fines up to $500 each day that the violation exists, as well as any other abatement cost.
And house fire is under investigation this morning in Cave Junction. Just before 2 a.m. yesterday, crews were called to a 3-story home where flames were visible through the roof and windows. Crews put out that fire and cleared the scene just after 5 a.m. No injuries were reported. Crews do believe that the fire may have originated in the flue, but that remains under investigation this morning.
And beginning today, the Medford Airport will be conducting a 3-day emergency response training with local first responders. The simulated emergency scenarios will include fire, smoke, emergency vehicles, and aircraft trainer. The FAA requires this training every 3 years. The airport says there will be no impact to regular airline or airport operations.
Let's check in with gas prices around the region this morning. A gallon of gas has risen to 5.3 cents in the last week, according to AAA. Jackson, Josephine, and Lake counties seeing prices around $4.16 a gallon. Klamath County is the cheapest gas at $3.97. Gas in Curry County is at $4.10. Siskiyou County residents seeing around $5 at the pump. The Oregon State average currently sitting around $4.02.
On the School Watch this morning, after 33 years at North Medford High, a beloved teacher is retiring as her cancer battle has taken a turn. Christy Christofferson teaches more than just robotics or woodshop, but she has built a space where students can grow and be the best version of themselves. As cancer has forced her to take a step back, Christofferson says that she hopes that her students can carry forward on what they learn, but not just in their skills, but in spirit.
I love my students and I love what I teach, but I really feel like the kids know that I'm an advocate for their learning and to hold themselves accountable.
Over the years, she's led students to state and national Skills USA wins and has been nationally recognized for her work. Christofferson is in the Skills USA Hall of Fame and was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2023.
And today, seniors from North and South Medford High School will be going back to their elementary and middle schools as the Medford School District is congratulating this year's seniors. Seniors will be participating in the Grad Walk, where graduates will be in their cap and gown as they are congratulated by students and teachers. Community members are invited to line up along Jackson Street between 10:10 a.m. and 10:25 a.m. to cheer on those seniors as those buses roll through.
And it was a powerful day of remembrance at Eagle Point National Cemetery as community members came together to honor the fallen and remember the unaccounted for. The ceremony featured tributes from national representatives, local veterans, and first-time attendees, all moved by the experience. The story of 2nd Lieutenant Robert McKee was shared. He was a Portland native and World War II pilot whose remains were just identified last year. But the ceremony served as a humbling reminder to reflect more often about those who sacrificed their lives.
Eagle Point, we honor not only those who killed in action, but all the veterans who served with honor and since passed. Their legacies live on, not only in stone, but in our hearts.
Pipers never play it for entertainment. It is reserved for solemn memorial ceremonies and burial of the dead.
Representative Cliff Bentz emphasized the responsibility to carry on the legacy of those remembered, while Senator Ron Wyden expressed the honor of representing service members and their families. The ceremony concluded with a powerful call to remember, reflect, and act, ensuring the stories of those who served are never forgotten. And NewsWatch 12's Wake Up and Win is back. You have the chance to win a Hellgate Jetboat River Run excursion trip for just $2. All you have to do is watch NewsWatch 12 this morning between 6:45 and 7 a.m. Spot a code word and then go to our website and enter it in there. One winner will be selected each day through next Friday. So instead of 1 week of Wake Up and Win, we have 2 weeks of Wake and Win. So good luck and make sure you stick around.
And even more exciting news as you're waking up this morning, we're seeing lots of sunshine today and we're warming those temperatures up. Definitely going to want to break out the air conditioning for you today, because by the time you're heading home from school and even more so heading home from work later today, we'll be trying for the 90s into the Rogue Valley. It's going to be our first time reaching 90 degrees as we're into 2025. But for today, lots of sunshine around the region, warm above average temperatures. No matter where you are across the region, you'll be feeling that heat. It is going to be a bit breezier for us along the coast today, but we'll see some light breezes areas inland. I'll have more details on what you can expect in the days to come and more on this heat coming up in about 7 minutes.